students will be coming back on campus in a few weeks.
Absolutely, and we are waiting for them. Very excited.
What is your favorite thing about welcoming students back at the beginning of the semester? What's one of those, how do you feel? What's one of those things that you love, traditions that you love?
We have this beautiful tradition that is called the medallion ceremony. So it's an opportunity to welcome them with open arms, but we give them that medallion as a reminder that that's what they are going to wear when they graduate. Just to make sure that they know that they are here to study, to work hard, and to get that degree. So it's very, very exciting to see the enthusiasm and how they want to be part of this family. And we set these expectations for them that they very much welcome as we all together work to make sure that we deliver in our commitment to give them an education that truly transforms their lives.
You see them when they're incoming freshmen, so anxious, nervous, and then you've been here 5 years, so you've probably seen them become the full person that they've become 4 years later.
Right. And when you get to graduation, and I have the great privilege of seeing them crossing the stage to get that diploma, it's a great reminder of why we are here. For me, why I dedicated my life to offer that education that elevates lives, in particular for those that come from more disadvantaged backgrounds, and seeing them with that diploma ready to lead with courage, with passion, with purpose. That's really the why we are here.
We were talking beforehand, and you said that you became president here at St. Ed's during the pandemic. So clearly you've been a leader during some really tough times, some really good times. Let's talk about the good and the bad that's happened while you've been president here at St. Edward's University, and what you've learned.
It has been a great learning for me to help steer the university into a great path of enduring stability and dynamic growth. From arriving here in the middle of the pandemic when nobody was around, to really continue enhancing our opportunities for growth and for community, and to respond to the demands and of the workforce that is needed here in Central Texas, has been a learning process for me, how to navigate, and it has helped me to always make sure that we are very grounded on our values as an institution in navigating through all the challenges that we have had and we continue to have. The most important thing is to know that we are here for one another, that we are a community, that we are a family, that we are a Holy Cross institution that puts the students first, and that has given me the strength to continue bringing people together. I have learned that the most important part of what we do is building community and never forgetting our why, our students.
This past week, Central Texas went through some really devastating floods. Is that something that you're prepared to talk to your students about and make sure they're okay, and maybe figure out ways that students can bring some relief to the community?
Absolutely. We are not waiting to really take action. We have already done that through our service, bringing the community in prayer, ensuring that we have all the support that is needed to navigate through difficult times. This is part of who we are and what it really brings distinction. We are here to serve. We are here to help one another and to always be ensuring that the community gets our support. We want to be a contributor to the community, as well as we benefit from everything that this wonderful community has to offer. But we have already come together before the students arrive in prayer and in dedication and service to the community.
For our viewers that don't know much about St. Edward's University, or I'm sure you've encountered people in the community that probably don't know a lot, what's your usual rundown of this is who we are, this is how we serve the community here in Austin, Central Texas?
Well, St. Edward's is an institution with a very long history. I want to start by highlighting that a very distinguished history here in Austin. We have been here for 140 years, and our mission has never changed. We are committed and dedicated to serve the community, to educate the minds and the hearts of our students. And we want to make sure that Austin is better because we are here, but we also are integrating Austin as part of the learning of our students, making sure that we educate minds, hearts, and also hands, with hands-on knowledge for our students. We are truly dedicated to provide the workforce, the talent, the leadership that our community needs.
Through this building, you have a gorgeous view of downtown Austin.
Yes.
The city has changed a lot since you've been here. How do you adapt to those changes? How have you adapted to those changes? With the rapid growth, the pricing out of a lot of people in the community, how has St. Edward's University adapted to all those changes?
We continue to adapt to what is needed to ensure that we are able to prepare our students to be truly indispensable when they graduate. And to do so, we need to focus on access to an education. We need partnerships, the power of partnerships that are going to open doors of opportunities for our students. And we need to focus on outcomes. We need to deliver. We want to make sure that our students, when they graduate, they are able to lead a fulfilling life. They are able to reach economic stability. So that means that we need to continue to enhance, change, revise, add new programs that meet the needs of our society and truly prepare the students to be remarkable and successful. The demographics continue to change, and many of our students, they are the first in their families, like myself, to have the great opportunity to attend college, which means that they may not have a social network that is indispensable for them to be successful when they graduate. So we provide that to them. The way we are adapting is by bringing great intentionality, by understanding our students, and by making sure that we bring great accountability, that this degree really makes a difference in their lives.
We are going through a lot of changes this country with the current administration. The Department of Education, I think the Supreme Court said, is free to be dismantled. How does that impact, maybe calls that you're receiving from parents about, how are we going to pay for this school? How are we going to pay for tuition, books? With so much happening on the national level, has that trickled down to St. Edward's University?
We are certainly greatly impacted by everything that is happening at the federal or the state level and all the great changes that are happening in higher education. Primarily, one of the most significant type of impact that we have seen is the scrutiny of higher education, the questioning and the skepticism about the value of higher education is not only the cost, but ensuring that the degree really makes a difference. The way we are responding to that is with great accountability, being able to demonstrate and to focus on outcomes, that those students are successful. They come here and the degree really transforms their lives, and they are ready to be the ethical, moral leaders that our society needs, to make sure that our graduates embody both competence and compassion. But more than that, we need to focus on access, as you mentioned it, affordability. We do that with the support of the community, with great partnerships that help to cover the cost of an education. We do that making sure that our students have also internships that would open doors for employment. So again, it is on us to bring that accountability to deliver, but also to bring them here, to make sure that when they arrive to this campus, that, again, for many of them, this is completely new. They feel at home, they feel valued, they feel appreciated, they feel celebrated for who they are, and we help them to become the best that they can be. So the community has helped us with our commitment to affordability, with our commitment to experiential learning, to internships, but we also have delivered in enhancing curriculum programs and responding to the critical workforce needs of Austin, Central Texas, and beyond.
Yeah, that support is right behind you. I see those checks from HEB,
Yes.
Bank of America. It really seems like the communities come together.
Yes,
for you guys.
yes, they are, and we are very grateful for that.
And one of the programs you mentioned about first generation college students that come here, the camp program.
Yes.
Which has been around for a long time.
53 years.
And St. Edward's University is one of those campuses where those students can come. Can you explain to our viewers, if you can, a little bit about that program and why it's so special to have it here?
The CAMP program, the College Assistance Migrant Program, is a federal program that was initiated by the Johnson's administration, and we are the only institution in the nation with 53 years of camp support for our students. The program has been very successful, not only due to the federal funds that help with the affordability, but due to the infrastructure for success that we have built at this institution. The love, the care, the intentionality in how we ensure that those students are successful, they graduate, and they become leaders of our society. This is something that we have done very successfully for 53 years and something that we will continue to do. We have that infrastructure for success. While the camp is a federal program that may or may not continue, our commitment to serve and to give a transformative education to children of farm working families, that commitment is unwavering, and we will continue to deliver on our promise to offer that transformative educational experience.
You've talked about accountability when it comes to the federal level, and it seems as though you have the data to back up that accountability.
Absolutely, absolutely.
One thing we talked about adapting, and the student body and faculty here and your office adapting to the things that Austin requires. And I just had a really good conversation with the provost and the dean of the business school about artificial intelligence. So I wanted to ask you as well, there's been a lot of criticism, especially with ChatGPT and Gen AI being so visible now. A lot of people are like, what's the purpose of an education if a computer is going to give me the answer? What is your response to people when they say that? What does St. Edward's University have to offer that can offset people saying AI is going to give me the answer, so why do I need college?
First of all, I want to highlight that we are committed to leveraging all the advances in technology. AI is truly integrated into the curriculum, into the infrastructure for success that we have at this institution. We want to prepare our students to be ready to be successful in a workplace environment where they will be depending on using AI. So we are leveraging that, and we are truly committed to make sure that our students gain access to all that digital and data literacy that they need to be successful. What is important to highlight is the differences between the human intellect and artificial intelligence. And is that creativity, the intrinsic motivation, which is that curiosity, the desire to learn, and is not just in response to external rewards, but that desire to advance knowledge, to be able to respond to the unpredictable, and the ethical judgment too that is needed, in particular in novel circumstances and situations. And that's part of what we do here. We promote not only passing knowledge, but the creation of new knowledge, to the point that the institution has been recognized this year with the research designation due to our dedication to innovation, creativity, and advancement of knowledge. The training that we provide to ensure that our students are able to respond to that with ethical judgment is critical, and that's in alignment with our mission as institution and one of the ways that we differentiate too. So again, we enhance the learning through AI, but we also focus on what is distinctive about us, and we highlight that and we integrate that as part of the training for our students.
That was a great conversation I had with the provost and the dean. So thank you for your answer on that. One thing I wanted to ask you, because I was going through our CBS Austin archives, came across that story from last spring, the incident with the flag. I wanted to ask you if you wanted just to comment more than a year later, anything lessons learned from that, or anything that you want to share with our community about that story?
I want to highlight the power of communication, relationships, and making sure that we use that when there's misunderstandings or not enough communication and engagement, that we use that to make us better as an institution. And that's who we are. With 104 years of history, we have navigated through different challenges, but at the end of the day, we are stronger than ever, and it's because we build community. It was certainly a learning opportunity, in particular for me as leader, on how to bring the community together to make sure that everybody knows that regardless of their backgrounds, experiences, they are welcome, they are loved, this is their home, and that's what we are today. So while it's challenging to navigate through those difficult times, and at the end of the day, if we use that to make us better as an institution, that's really what the focus should be, and that's where we are today, a community of love, a community that is devoted to one another and celebrating who we are and what we bring to this great place that we have the opportunity to call home.
Yeah, bet those were some tough days dealing with that issue, but it seems like you guys have come out stronger and more united than ever. Is there anything else you want to talk about with this formal interview before we go? Maybe do a little tour?
I would like to highlight our dedication to Austin as university.
Yes.
We are a university again with a very long history, but so devoted to make sure that Austin is here because St. Edward's is here. We are a contributor to the dynamism that we see here in Austin and Central Texas, and we want to make sure we integrate that as part of the learning and the training that we provide to our students. So we want to continue those great partnerships that help Austin to continue to be the great hub for innovation, for creativity, and for entrepreneurship here in Central Texas.
Are there, in the 5 years that you've been here, what are some examples of the partnerships that you've built with the community here in Austin? Does something come to mind when you're talking about those specific partnerships?
We have created partnerships that are serving the community, are helping the community, for instance, through organizations like Breakthrough Central Texas that help to open the doors of a better life to first-generation students, great partnerships with HEB or the Hispanic Bar Association of Austin, Bank of America, that help us to work together to make sure that Austin continues to be a city with great values, a city with a compassionate heart, a city of innovation, but that also is dedicated to really making sure that we work together towards a better society, better world. Our dedication to be a destination university for a more just world, this is not just rhetoric. This is part of our daily practice. We want to make sure that we bring a more just society, more humane society, and for that we need to work together towards that shared vision.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and get the latest news by downloading the CBS Austin News app.